Hello, my lovely people. It is Wednesdays with JC Boo. I'm not in my usual setting. My room is dark, as you can see. There's like no light in it because my light burned out, and I don't have another light, and I don't have money to buy a light bulb. So, oh well. I am not my usual upbeat self, and I know I don't have to be funny for everybody to watch me. I don't plan on ever being funny. It just happens. If you go to my channel, there's a video about how I lost my job and how I have no money and I'm looking for a job and nobody's hiring and I feel like shit. So let's forget about that. I'm in my sweats. I just finished an essay. Funny enough, the essay I just completed was about Leslie Feinberg. And there has been a lot of debates in the past, but I think that it's interesting to talk about FTMs in the media when the media can also be books. My paper was just basically on queer pioneers, if you are interested, and I decided to do it on Leslie Feinberg, even though Leslie Feinberg was not on the list, and I'm like, excuse me? No. So here is the book. I have one of the books here. This is just Transliberation. Just use it. Leslie Feinberg has also written Stone Butch Blues, which is probably the most popular book written by them. And there's a whole bunch. And I think it's really interesting that these books are so widely known within academia, especially because I am in sexuality and gender studies, right? So I think it's really important that I think it's really awesome that somebody, their identity is questioned by a lot of people because they did a transition from female to male, but then they actually decided to just live as a masculine woman. Although they do identify as lesbian, they still identify as a masculine woman and transgenderist. But let's not just... they're talking about like trans things, and I think it's really important that books like this that have histories, like in-depth histories about trans people and liberation movements, and it's important. If I was to go up to Judith Butler and be like, can we talk about Leslie Feinberg, Judith Butler would know who I'm talking about. If I dug up Foucault from his grave, he would know who I'm talking about. I'm being all like academic right now because I'm trying to like focus on my studies since I had like a really bad week of no studying. But what I want to talk about is FTMs in the media. I have discussed this topic maybe like 6 times in the past. Of course, the typical let's talk about L word. Max is not a very good portrayal of a trans person. I don't need to tell you all that. Who gets a beard like 5 months being on T? Seriously. Adam, or whatever his name is, from Degrassi, like, really? Look, if you're gonna cast a trans character, a person to play a trans character, go all out. If the person is cis, go all out. Don't have the fucking character struggling with dysphoria every single episode, and you can't do anything with that person. So guess what? That trans person is stuck in pain and misery for the rest of their life. That is a very good representation of a trans person, right? Stuck in dysphoria forever. There is no medical or surgical, procedures that you can have. You can, but you can't show them because of this actor that you did. They could have had a storyline where the trans person's comfortable in their own body, that they don't need to go on testosterone. But that's literally a complete other topic. And obviously infuriates me. I'm sorry if I'm coming off as angry. I don't mean to be. Please forgive me. I'm wearing a museum shirt. And I cut my hair. Did you see my haircut? No, I cut it on Friday. Do we have to talk about Chaz Bono? Like, I really don't want to. Fine, I will. Chaz Bono seems to literally speak for the entire transgender community. Don't you feel that way? Watch a couple of interviews. It literally seems like everything that you're saying for the trans community. Sorry, but not everybody's experience is the same as you. Not everybody's mother is Cher. Although I wish my mother was Cher. Do you believe in life after love? Imagine if my mom was Cher, though. Oh shit, that would be sick, man. I'm talking about the negative portrayals of trans people right now. I'm so sorry, but I gotta do it again. If you ever watch TV shows with like lesbians or gays, mostly I focus on lesbians in most of the things that I like to research. They don't ever have a happy ending. And this really ties back to like the 40s and 50s with, you know, the lesbian novels and how gays were not accepted, so lesbians always had to die in the novels. This is kind of the same thing that's happening now, and it's kind of like 65 years later. Like, you have a lesbian storyline, and then one of them dies, or one of them gets really sick, or something bad happens to the family. Nobody can ever be fucking happy. This is the same thing that happens to trans people. Let's talk about Max from L Word. I don't want to do any spoiler alerts for people who haven't watched L Word, but you know, you get a girlfriend. No, he doesn't accept you because you're trans. That happened. You get a boyfriend who fucking impregnates you and then thinks it's too much, and then you're left alone pregnant. Really? Really, L Word? You had to pull all those strings? Really? And then you have Adam from Degrassi, which I already talked about, and blah, 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 blah. Are there any other trans people that are, like, negative? What is this? Glee! Why? Why? Has there honestly ever been a show that... I'm sorry. Glee has, like, a gay character, like, every 5 seconds, which is, oh, great, negative portrayal again. Let's not go into that. My point is unique. Does anybody even know if this person is trans or if this person is just a drag queen? Because they want to wear women's clothing all the time, and they have a very feminine gender expression, and this is how they identify, but yet you see them in man's clothes, and then they're always... It's good that it's all up in the air. It's good. Don't label it. Be whatever you want, but, like, do that after trans people have some rights, instead of us being labeled as freaks, which is a very common occurrence if you never noticed. And Boys Don't Cry, of course, the ending is absolutely brutal. It is a real story, but still, let us have a good portrayal in the media, please. I'm just gonna have to go on the TV and be all like, myself, and not talk for anybody but myself. This has been Chase talking about FTMs in the media. A very negative outlook. You can't really look at life too happily when you're in a state that I'm in right now. So I'm very sorry. Really, if you think about it, though, I mean, try to understand my point of view. Kind of makes me depressed. I get all excited for all these trans characters, and then I'm just disappointed after the other. But I guess our time will come, right? Please forgive me. In 2 weeks, I get to dance Disco Queen style for Finn. Alright guys, I hope you have a great week. Please go watch my video on my channel. Follow me on Tumblr. Follow my life. Yee. How dare I don't even say have a great week. Have a great week.